Will you follow me when the sky starts to change? Yeah, we won't be afraid. We'll never be the same again.
Hello, all you weebs, and welcome to Grappling with the Week, the show that brings you the hottest wrestling news and highlights from the steamy kitchens of NXT to the gritty, fast-paced action of AEW. We talk about it all and give you a big old discussion piece that truly satisfy that hunger of wrestling content. Brought to you, of course, by Animal Weed Studio and hosted by your Weebs of the Ring. Let's go ahead and stomp a mud hole in this week and get right into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, how is it going, everybody? It has been a hot minute since we've had a Thursday night show. I know life has kind of gotten in the way a little bit between like trips and just life in general, but hey, that's neither here nor there. We're here with episode 27 of Grappling with the Week. We might mention some news stories here and there, but it's going to be a special predictions episode for you all tonight as we ease back in as a group and everything. So, hey, all you returning listeners and viewers out there, welcome as always. Go ahead and grab your seat, your assigned table, if you will, and get ready to just talk about the night, talk about the evening, because we're going to be talking about Clash in Paris. That's right. The next PLE is here from WWE. We're going to be talking about the card, talking about the build, and giving our thoughts and predictions on who's going to win, who's going to come out on top, and just the overall experience that Paris may give us. And just off the bat, just looking at the card, kind of a lackluster card in some spaces, but I don't know. We'll get into all of that. But of course, if you're new here, welcome as always. I of course am one of your co-hosts, your reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the most prestigious sports entertainment podcaster in all of the YouTube land. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Watkins here, helping us guide through the event tonight. And of course, joining me tonight is none other than our genius of the mat, the guy who always helps us process these lovely stories coming out of the WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Drop This Box. Drop, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Like you said, it's been a while since we've done a show on the channel. The last one we did was Monday, but getting into things, I thought it'd be easier for us tonight to just talk about predictions since the next few days is going to be busy as it is. So we might as well just dive into it, give you guys our predictions so you guys know what's going through our heads when it comes to the matches. And I'll probably have to agree with Watkins as well. It is a pretty lackluster card. Really isn't that much to really sink your teeth into, if I'm being perfectly honest. Sure, there's a couple things here and there that you can look at. You can come up with a couple things, but all in all, I was expecting more out of this initially, but obviously we'll save the thoughts for that once it comes to the actual review of the show on Sunday.
Oh yeah. Which I think the most exciting thing from this weekend, I think, is going to be the crowd in Paris. Because if we know anything from, what was it, Backlash France? Yeah, Backlash France. yeah, the French crowd know how to party, and they know how to actually be an exciting crowd when a wrestling event comes to their hometowns. So they'll at least make the show a little bit better and all that. So I am actually looking forward to that. Now, just a couple things to just kind of note here for this coming weekend. As always, you're listening to Grappling with the Week right now. We've got our SmackDown coverage tomorrow night, which will probably be a little earlier since they are doing another overseas show. So stay tuned for that. I think maybe like an 8:30 start time for us to cover. I know around that time it'll be playing in the States and all that, but let's be honest, a lot of us have VPNs and are probably going to be watching it on Netflix anyways. Um, so stay tuned for when we go live for that. And of course, as Drop said, we'll have our coverage for Clash in Paris on Sunday around 8 o'clock. If it's earlier, we'll let you know on social media or on a post here. But just stay tuned and all that. And the best way to stay tuned is to follow us on all those platforms, hitting those bell icons so you get notified when we go live or when a video comes up and all that. And yeah, and kind of the same for Monday too. Monday will probably be an earlier show since they're still overseas for that. So yeah, just stay tuned for all that. And yeah, let's just get right into it, with our big old hot topic of our Clash in Paris predictions. So a 5-match card, which is pretty standard for WWE B shows anymore, which okay, fine, whatever. Give us our 2.5, almost 3 hours of wrestling content. That's cool. That's great. That's awesome. Let's start first with our women's IC title picture. We have Becky Lynch defending against Nikki Bella. So I'm not gonna lie, folks. I'm probably gonna defer to Drop to kind of talk to us about the build for this one, because this is one that I've kind of tuned out on a little bit. Like I know Nikki and Becky have had some altercations back and forth in the past couple weeks, but again, I've kind of been tuning out with it throughout most of it. So Drop, go ahead, lay it us on us. What has been the build for this women's IC title match?
I mean, pretty much like the best way to really talk about this build between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella is pretty much Nikki Bella coming back, getting some screen time. Obviously, Becky's the center of attention right now after she's dealt with Lyra at SummerSlam. So this is kind of like a little side mission for Becky in the meantime, dealing with someone else until whoever shows up the next month. And obviously, Nikki Bella has said in the past that she does have quite some time here, so it wasn't like a one-off that she was doing at like the Royal Rumble and all this other stuff. Like, she's actually planning on doing a lot more things with the company. So they come back, they get into a scruffle with one another. Basically, Nikki saying that if it wasn't for her, Becky wouldn't be here, which is true. But at the same time, Becky's like, well, I don't really care about all of that. I came here to replace you. Obviously, it worked well, which she is accurate about that. People do talk about Becky Lynch a lot more than Nikki Bella. You could say whatever you want about the little reality show and everything, but Becky Lynch has been one of the centerpieces in the women's division for years. So what she did and said in that promo segment was very accurate. So this is basically a battle between like old and new in a way, I guess, even though Becky's not really new anymore. It's kind of like, okay, I was here before, I'm here to reclaim my throne again, sort of thing. And this is Becky pretty much just standing her ground and having a few shots being thrown back and forth, calling Becky a bitch, and then saying how she is a coward and all these different kinds of things. So that's why I pretty much say it's a side quest, because it's almost like, okay, Lyra was the main quest for her for a couple months now. Now she needs to do something else in the meantime to really level up and get a little EXP, maybe some special item on the side. And that's what Nikki Bella comes in the picture. Like, that's honestly the best way to really explain this build between the both of them.
Mm-hmm. And I guess before we get into the predictions, how'd you feel about Becky's line the other night about Ozzy Osbourne? That, like, are you in the camp that it's just like too soon, girl, or in the other camp where it's just like, it's wrestling. Go ahead, get your heel heat and all that.
So I'll be honest, at first I didn't know what she was referring to until I did a little bit more research.
Mhm.
But I'll be honest, like, I can understand how people can feel about it, considering who he is and obviously how the family feels about the comment and everything. But
Mhm.
I didn't really pay as much attention to it than other people. Like, I understand it could be a touchy subject and stuff, but I've seen a couple things here and there whenever it pops up on my timeline, but I didn't fully dive into it. I know what it's about and why people might be a little off with it, but it didn't really affect
Mhm.
me. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's just like I get it because again, Becky Lynch heel, blah blah blah, all that. It didn't really affect me as much. It felt more like she was taking a jab at the town
That's how I
more
took
than
it.
Ozzy. But
Yeah, that's how I took it.
yeah, yeah, I'm just like, all right, fine. Y'all want to be up in arms, fine, cool, whatever. But who do you have winning this match though?
I mean, I'd probably have to say Becky Lynch. It feels like an easy guess when it comes to a lot of these predictions. Granted, you could say the same thing about a lot of them, but I would have to say out of the 5 that we're going to be talking about tonight, this has to be the
Hmm.
one that I could probably bet money on and be like, you know what? I'm pretty confident Becky wins this because I feel like Nikki's there to have her moment, being in a title picture, potentially um winning, not saying she will, getting a shot at that
Yeah.
night women's IC title that she never had before. But I feel like Becky has this, no question.
Yeah, I feel like Becky should win this, and that's gonna be a common phrase right there. Should win this. Because there's gonna be a couple other matches we're gonna talk about tonight where yeah, there should be a certain winner. But yeah, Becky should, come out on top here. If I had my way, it would be a quick match, but that's fine. We'll give them time because Becky deserves it. Nikki for what she's done for the industry, fine. She can have her time too, but at the end of the day, it kind of needs to be Becky. Now I'm looking at Vash's pick though. It's very interesting because I didn't think he actually played this game because for some reason Vash went with a dark horse to win this match. Somebody that's not even like a part of this match. And for those of you who are new around here, Vash is our third compadre who comes on our shows to, give his thoughts about the wrestlings and all that. But yeah, he picked SKA from Expedition 33. Did not know SKA was able to be in this match, but you know what? Maybe he can win it. Maybe he can win the women's IC title belt. Who knows? We'll have to wait till Sunday to find out. That very interesting pick, Vash. Very very curious why he chose SKA there. But from one big SOB to another big SOB, we've got Roman Reigns taking on Bronson Reed. The Shula Fala might be on the line because the tribal thief has to face off against the tribal chief in tribal combat. But unfortunately, this match is just a normal match, so DQs, countouts are all going to be there. Yeah, this basically just stems from the whole stuff that the Vision's doing and all that, where they're trying to run roughshod on Raw. Bronson Reed and Braun had their tag match against Roman and Jey at SummerSlam, so stemming from all the bad blood that happened from there, and of course, Bronson Reed stealing Roman Reigns' shoes, having that Shula Fala, calling himself a version of the tribal chief and all that stuff. So that's basically been the build for this match. I mean, a few back and forths here and there, especially with Roman's huge comeback a couple weeks ago to his promo he had on Monday, which I mean, I saw some snippets of, and I thought it was kind of entertaining, So, um, yeah, I am looking forward to this match. I think this is going to be a very hard hitting match and everything, but I'm I'm very nervous because again, there should be one winner. It should be one person, but it might go another way. But Drop, why do you think it should be the person that you chose?
So the reason why I feel like it should be Bronson Reed, it's probably going to be a common theme when I bring up this in the future whenever we bring predictions. Roman Reigns is at the point where he's untouchable. So if he loses to Bronson Reed, it's not going to really affect him. Just like if Cody loses to somebody, just like if Seth or Sammy or whoever the case may be loses to somebody, it's not going to really affect them as much considering their credibility and who they are as people. So Bronson Reed should win this. Main reason, honestly, and it's not even him. Like, sure, it's going to benefit him, of course, if he wins against Roman Reigns. That's huge. But also to make sure that the vision has some legitimacy to it. So you don't always want to have them, having Seth as the champion, but then you have his lackeys losing matches and stuff like that. Like, you recently had Ron Breakker win that match on Monday that he had at LA Knight. So you want to build up his stock, make him look strong. You obviously want to do the same thing with Bronson Reed, which I feel like it probably needs it more out of all of them because he's pretty much been their fall guy a lot throughout a lot of things. And this is one of these matches where it can go either way. So I could say Bronson Reed, but at the same time, it could easily be Roman Reigns. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but I feel like it needs to be Bronson Reed, not only for himself to make him look like a credible threat, but also to, give the vision, like actually look at them as like being a big deal, especially if they're going to be a big part of WrestleMania next year. You can't have them win matches and losing, win matching and losing. Like, if it's a certain match, it makes sense for them to lose, okay, whatever. But this is a big moment for Bronson Reed if he wants to build himself to the next level, and Roman Reigns is definitely one way to do that.
Yeah. Oh, and I agree with you there. Like, it really should be Bronson Reed for basically all the reasons you said right there. I mean, it sucks that Bronson Reed right now is kind of the fall guy for the Vision. Like, you would expect that to be maybe somebody a little smaller, or maybe like somebody that's a little bit more down the card. Like, that's why when those rumors like a couple months ago came out where people were saying, "Oh, Ricky Saints or Ethan Page are going to be coming up to the main roster." A lot of people were like, "Oh, are they going to be joining Seth's group here? Are they going to be joining the Vision?" And I remember saying on this exact show, especially if it was Ethan Page, he would be a good fall guy for the group. Because like he has a character that's like, okay, that can easily bounce back from being in a position like that. And with Bronson Reed, I mean, this is a guy that like he had multiple matches with Braun Strowman of all people and was destroying the man, And I mean, Roman was doing the same thing back in the day too. But like for Bronson Reed, it kind of means a little more because he's the newer face around here. He's the fresh one. So it's like, we're going to have him face off against Roman Reigns. All right. He should beat Roman. But I just have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to have Roman go over here because of the whole good guy aspect kind of thing. And, with them being overseas, they could treat this as a glorified house show and all that. But like, I would love for Bronson Reed to win and to continue being the tribal thief, holding on to the Shula Fala and all that, because that's a fun gimmick. Because that's the thing. Wrestling can be fun, and it should be fun. That part of it is fun, but like they also need to be a credible threat. Like, just like what you were saying, it can't just be Seth being on top as the champion. It can't just be Braun Breaker going around spearing everybody. It's got to be every single one of them. Like I look at Evolution as like the perfect, at least for me. And my experience is with watching wrestling. I look at Evolution like back in the 2003 2004 time. To me, they are like the perfect blueprint for a faction like this. Because like, yeah, you still have your fall guys, like your Ric Flairs and all that, and like your Randy Ortons before he held that IC title, but like you build up on them, you build towards them, you do something more with them where it's like, okay, they are the credible threat, they are a unit and all that. And like, even though we're still in the early stages of the vision, I'm not seeing the vision, I guess. Like, it's very hard to get behind these guys because like what's the main focus here? Is it just to keep Seth the champion? Is it just to like be the future of the business? Because if that's the case, like the only one they're really pushing is Braun Breaker. Then Bronson Reed again is just continuously being the fall guy or like the guy who gets all the offense. So yeah, having a big win against Roman is gonna do wonders for his career, even beyond the vision. But like, I just have a sneaking suspicion that Roman's gonna win. You know, so I mean, I'm going Roman just because of that. Just because I think they're gonna want to do a little bit more of a happy send off for France. Because there's another match we'll get to later on that I think is gonna upset a lot of people, but I could see a story with that one going the way that will go compared to this one. So I'm going Roman. Vash with another interesting take, another interesting pick here. He's going Andre the Giant. I'm not sure why. Like, did, d- drop. Do you know why Vash would have gone with Andre the Giant here to win?
Maybe he
Like,
wasn't
I didn't
informed of
think
the
Andre
news.
was even alive.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't informed of the news.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, he's still stuck in like early '90s, like '88 or something.
Yeah.
I get you, Vash. It's all good. It's all good. We got you, buddy. We'll bring you back to the 21st century. 21st, yeah, 21st.
Yep.
But something that's not from the 21st century, from the good old days. We got a good old fashioned Donnybrook match going on. We got Sheamus taking on Rusev, basically set up because these two just don't like each other. I mean, that's
pretty much the
obvious
best
when
way
it
to
comes to
sum it up.
professional wrestling and all that.
Uh.
Do what?
That's pretty much the best way to sum it up.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. I mean, they were both butting heads ever since Rusev came back when he was kind of bullying the Alpha Academy. They had a couple matches where they both went over each other. And it's kind of led to this point where they both just despise each other so much that Adam Pearce, before needing another drink, just says, "Hey, I'm done with this. Just get it all out of your system." In an good old fashioned Donnybrook match in good old in good old France. I swear, if there's not a big old baguette that is used as a weapon in this match, then why even do it? Why even like have the match go forward? Oh man. But drop. Who do you have for this one and why?
So hold on a second.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. He's got look at little buddy.
Okay. So I'm gonna say Rusev for this match.
Mm-hmm.
Only because it makes a lot of sense given the fact that he recently came back and you would want to do a lot for the character moving forward to really build him more as a credible threat. So that would probably be my decision for him to go over in this match for sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I agree with Rusev. I think he should come out on top here because again he's recently come back. I feel like he'd be a good top contender for the IC title. I mean, I know Sheamus still needs to win that title too, but like if things go a certain way on Monday when a certain phenomenal person may win that title,
Yeah.
I mean, Rusev's a good contender for it.
Exactly.
Like,
I wouldn't be against that.
I feel like him and like that would be really fun to watch and all that. But like, I mean, beyond that, I don't have anything else to say with it. I mean, this is going to be a hard hitting match, you know, as hard hitting as WWE can get. But, um, yeah, I mean, I've got Rusev, Drop's got Rusev for some reason. Vash has Pepe Le Pew, which is also very interesting. Thought Pepe Le Pew was canceled for all of his shenanigans back with the Looney Tunes, but hey, you know what? That's fine. I guess we're gonna still live in the '60s here, Vash. Great, awesome, fantastic. But hey, we're gonna talk about now what I keep hearing this next match is gonna be the main event.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I heard some rumblings, like some rumors that this next match was going to be the main event, which is an interesting choice for a main event. And if it is, then they're probably going to do some sort of shenanigans with it. But the match I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is John Cena taking on Logan Paul. So this got set up because Logan Paul basically called out John Cena on some of his bluff because, hey, SummerSlam, we got the real John Cena back with all the Titantrons, the running, the showboating, and all that stuff, like the smiling John Cena and all that, the good promo John Cena as well. So that's been amazing to see. That being said, though, I'm saying Logan Paul is taking this. I think, and this is what I meant earlier by like, oh, I don't think they're going to be sending the people home happy because let's be honest, not many people like Logan Paul when it comes to like his personality and all that. In ring wise, yes, he is really, really, really good. It's just that personality, dude. But like, I feel like this is going to be one of those things that like really sets John Cena over the edge for his match coming up against Brock Lesnar. I think this is going to be something that really sets that match up even more because that's the thing. We haven't heard anything about Brock in the past couple weeks since SummerSlam's happened. And I mean, yeah, Brock Lesnar showing up in France, that would be freaking bonkers and all that. Like, let's be honest, that would be bonkers. Him actually going overseas. I don't remember the last time he's done that beyond like a Saudi show and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see something where it's like, okay, we might have interference from like Drew and Cody and all that. That might be a thing that happens. But you know, since they cancel each other out, Brock coming back to kind of cost Cena this match against Logan, yeah, that would probably piss Cena off a little bit. But yeah, that also depends on if Brock is even in France or not. You know, he might be still farming out in Michigan or wherever he lives, or yeah, whatever's going on there. But I'm going Logan Paul because the other thing too is Cena's been looking really strong in the promos that have happened. Like just last week with the promo of him saying, "Yeah, you use us to basically get ahead in the game and all that, and use us as advertisement for your shitty energy drink and all that." Like Cena's been on top a lot for this feud, so yeah, Logan coming out on top would definitely set him down a little bit. And plus, like, that's something Logan Paul can hold over everybody. I mean, Austin Theory tried to do that, and I mean, we look what happened to him. But Logan Paul could really run with a win over Cena. But Drop, who do you have winning this and why?
I'll probably have to say Logan Paul because I feel like it'll benefit him more in the long run. And also, it's John Cena. He could lose a match. He'll be fine. And if this is the main event,
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a lot of matches where it could be happy-go-lucky matches. But this might be one of them where it's like maybe we might give it to Logan because I feel like, you know, based on what Cena's performance was with John Cena last time, I mean, with Cody Rhodes last time, I feel like this could potentially be something special depending on how they manage it. But I feel like we could probably do Logan with this one. I don't want to see John Cena lose like a whole bunch of matches moving forward, but I feel like if I had to choose one for him to lose and then obviously start racking up those wins, because I could see him beating Brock whenever they come across each other. I don't really see the reason for Brock to beat him.
Yeah.
I would like to see Logan win this match, but again, it could go 50-50 either way too.
Mm-hmm. Any predictions on what? Because one thing with like Logan Paul matches and all that, there's always that weird, not weird. There's always that like big camera spot he tries to do, like with the drone shot or something like that. Any predictions what he might do for this match?
Maybe do something a little bit different with the drone if he uses it again instead of jumping off of things. Because he can't keep doing that over and over again. It just gets too repetitive. Try to like spice things up a little bit.
I was listening to Cultaholic do their predictions earlier, and oh wait, was it predictions or their? It might have been their pitches video. Either way, one of them had said, "What would be really cool is like Logan Paul starts the drone shot and all that, but like Cena actually reverses it and all that, and we get like this almost like 360-degree turn or whatever. Like basically the drone just circles the whole ring or like very close to Cena as he gives like Logan Paul an AA. Like just something like that. Like, oh, this isn't Logan Paul doing it now. It's John Cena. Like that could be the twist thing and all that. So I really like that idea. Yeah, just something different with the drone other than him jumping from the turnbuckle to the announcer table. That would be nice. That would be great. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's just like Logan Paul could really run with this. And yeah, like you said, Cena can eat a loss right here. He'll be fine. This is his last year. He should be putting some people over. And yeah, this is the one time y'all might hear me be this positive with a Logan Paul win. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But of course, what I think should be the main event, but it may or may not. I don't know. We'll find out when that news comes out to us. But our World Heavyweight title is going to be on the line in a fatal four-way match. We've got Seth Rollins defending against CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Yeah. This match is set up because, well, obviously Seth Rollins cashed in his World Heavyweight title. Well, he won the World Heavyweight title by cashing in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam, and that was a match that CM Punk had won. He had that title, but then one stomp later, and he's titleless now. So Seth put his title on the line against LA Knight shortly after that, and LA Knight kind of got screwed out of his opportunity. CM Punk came out to quote unquote save LA Knight, but ended up costing him the title anyways. And so like those two kind of start having a war with words. They start fighting the Vision a little bit, but they both still want that World Heavyweight title shot. Jey Uso, he kind of feels like the person that just was thrown into this just to make it a fatal four-way.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what's up with my camera tonight, folks. It's acting a little funny with the frame rate, so apologies for all that. So yeah, Jey just feels like somebody that was just thrown into this. So fine, whatever. Can they coexist? Well, not really, because I don't know why throughout most of this build, Punk has been trying to get everybody on his side or at least against the Vision, which obviously they're gonna go against the Vision, dude.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna want them to help Seth and all that. I don't know. Punk's felt also very weird in this feud too, or at least this build for the Fatal 4-Way. LA Knight's been the one normal one besides Seth, and calling Seth normals feels weird in the year 2025. Yeah, so like the build's been kind of weird for this one, at least for me. Just because like a lot of people feel very out of character. I think the one person who does look really good in this is Jey, and I think that just harkens to what happened on Monday with him and Roman just being like, "Look, man, you need to just stand on your own. You got this." Like kind of giving him his own pep talk, which I approved. I appreciated that. But yeah, just a weird, at least for me, a weird build for this Fatal 4-Way. But Drop, who do you have winning this match and why? And I guess your thoughts on the build as well.
So I have Seth Rollins. He just won the title. I feel like he's going to hold it at least until Mania. I don't really see the reason for him to drop it. If he were to drop it, I probably would be upset, if I'm being honest, because that's the whole point of this group was to have him win the world title, which he did. And I guess in a way with him doing it, it could actually make the World Heavyweight Championship feel important. So I have Seth. That's a no-brainer there. And my thoughts on this build itself, I mean, I would have to agree with you. Punk being that guy wanting everybody to be on the same side against Seth Rollins doesn't really make sense, given that all three of these guys that are going up against Seth won a chance at that world title. So if you're thinking about it from that point of view, Jey should do his own thing, LA should do his own thing, and Punk should do his own thing if they want that title. Because Punk had that whole thing where he's like, I had the title, it got ripped away from me. Okay, continue down that route. Get the title back. Don't worry about these other two guys. Like what Jey did on Monday, taking things in his own hands, listening to Roman, listening that you got to do things for yourself in order to succeed. That's the sort of mindset that you got to have. So if I have to be honest, I'm not including Seth because he's a champion, but out of the three contenders that are going after this title, Jey probably has the best mindset out of all of them, considering that he's like, you know what? I'll super kick LA Knight, I'll super kick CM Punk. I'm in it for myself. I got to do what I needed to do in order to evolve, because Roman wasn't wrong with what he said. You sometimes have to go down that direction if you want to succeed. And I'm hoping that's the next stage for Jey's character. Like, if that's one thing I want to take out of this, is for Jey to have a proper mindset moving forward, because he's always wanted to be a little bit more serious. It's just hard for the crowd to understand that at times, but I am expecting a good match between all four of these competitors. I expect it to be very good. Hopefully it is the main event, but we'll wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, that's my prediction and thoughts on the match itself.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree. Seth, I think, is going to be on top with this one. He just won the title. There's more room to like for him to go when it comes to like him holding the title, Punk continuing to chase him and all that, and even LA Knight chasing him too. I mean, that's a story in itself as well. And plus with Roman just around too. I mean, there's still unfinished business with those two, as there always is. So yeah, I mean, Seth should win this, and he should continue holding that title for a long time. Yeah, I don't have any other notes besides that. I mean, again, the build just felt weird. Like,
Yeah.
people just feel out of character. Because that's the thing. Why are you trying to like? It's every man for himself, Punk. You should know that better than anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get it too, because like, what was it? What was it? It was like it was a couple weeks ago. Paul Heyman's promo towards LA Knight and CM Punk. It was, hey, LA Knight, don't trust deals with him. Like, don't do that. So like, it maybe it is more in character with Punk, because it's like, okay, I'm basically gonna use this person to get what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, in that case, fine. If that's the game you want to play, cool, neat, awesome. But it still just felt very weird with him, like, being so, like, begging so much, I guess. Cause like, yeah, it was the same night too. He went to Jey and he's just like, hey man, we're cool and all that. And even, Jey did say, yeah, we're cool, dude. But like, we got to do this on our own. I got to do this on my own. Like, I don't need your help, especially not tonight, and especially not at Clash. Like, Punk just needs to. You need to worry about yourself, dude. Just continue worrying about yourself, and you'll be fine. You'll get to Seth eventually at that point, and get your sweet old revenge there.
Yeah.
Now with Vash's choice, I had to look it up, because I'm like, there's no way you chose this guy. There's no way. I mean, I agree, this guy was kind of a visionary of his time. I mean, he was a revolutionary too, I think. Yeah, I guess so. Some revolutions here and there. He went Napoleon Bonaparte. I don't know why. I mean, I got it. I got it. I did see this because I did see Vash last week in New York City. He did get a telephone time machine, and he did say something about bringing some people back in time. So you know what? That's probably why he went with people like Andre the Giant and Pepe Le Pew and
Yeah.
Napoleon Bonaparte to win these matches tonight. Like, you know what? Fair, since they are in France, a bunch of French people going over as they should. I don't know how many French people WWE have anymore in their books, but yeah, I guess not too many, huh? Um, yeah, very interesting choice Vash went with, huh? Drop.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting. I mean, I never would have expected people that aren't real to be involved in a match, like a cartoon character, but here we are. I guess anything could happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, with 3D printing being a thing, you can 3D print anything.
Pretty much, yeah. You already have people building
Oh, man.
robots on TikTok. So
Oh, is that the new TikTok trend going around right now?
yeah, it's some guy building a robot that's fireproof, waterproof, bulletproof.
Oh, nice. Well, maybe that robot can learn how to take a fall and learn how to sell better.
Hopefully doesn't
'cause-
escape.
Yeah, hopefully he he escapes and challenges John Moxley to a match. Oh God. Oh God. AEW exists. Oof. That'll be a fun all out to talk about eventually.
Yeah.
Oh man. But you know what, folks? That's all of our predictions and all that. So hopefully, you know, let us know in the chat, let us know in the comments below who you think's going to win each match. Bit of a chill vibe, bit of a chill night for us tonight. You know, again, me and Vash had just gotten back from a big trip. I know Drop's been very busy with his content as well coming out. Starting off some new stuff over on his channel. So hey, make sure you go check that out if you like anything horror, cartoons, or anime manga related now, because yeah, some of that stuff's going to be starting up over there for him. But yeah, I mean, kind of a shorter episode for this week because we're getting back into the swing of things. We've got a busy weekend coming up again. I noted at the beginning of this video of this stream, just pay attention. Stay tuned for when we go live this weekend. We are going to be covering SmackDown, Raw, and Clash in Paris, probably around 8 o'clock on each of those separate nights.
Oh,
But
definitely.
drop any parting words before we say goodbye to our lovely chat and commenters.
Well, we do know one thing that's going to be starting soon. Raw's going to be coming out at like 7 p.m. starting next month towards the end. So that's a plus.
Thank God.
That's a plus. Hopefully it's something they get structure out in the future. I mean, they've been making a lot of plans as of late because that ESPN thing is supposed to be next year, but I guess they decided to do it next month. So hopefully people that are able to afford that, because $30 a month is pretty pricey for something like that. I would hope all of the things are included with that. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research. I should be fine because as long as you have Xfinity, you should have access to that. But I will be canceling my Peacock soon, that's for sure. No use for it anymore.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good extra like $13 a month back.
Yep.
Because that's the other thing. Like a lot of the archive stuff is going to be heading to Netflix too, anyways. And especially if you have a VPN, I'm pretty sure it's already over there.
I don't see why they don't just not even do the ESPN thing and just do Netflix. I don't understand.
They really should.
It's already in the history. It's already a part of the archives across the world. You could easily implement that over here. You could easily watch the pay-per-views over here. Netflix is the #1 streaming platform ever. I don't see why you don't look at that and feel like, well, we're doing it in other countries. Why don't we just do it over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird, dude. I mean, because that's the thing. Like so technically the WWE Network is still up. Like it's up overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that's going away like in February this coming year, I think. Yeah, so I mean that's slowly dying, but that's the thing. It's like you guys had it right. You guys had it right there with the WWE Network. $10 a month especially for the quality of PLEs we were getting at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, $10 a month is fine. That's fine for what we're getting. But like you could have easily transitioned Raw and SmackDown onto there. You already did that with NXT at the time. You had original programming and all that, quality aside for some of that stuff. It was still at least something that you guys were trying and doing and relatively succeeding at. Like just keep it all in one place. It shouldn't be that hard. It really shouldn't be. But you got to make contracts everywhere and get money from every place that you can, huh?
That is true.
Just gotta get that money. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when all that comes. But yeah, no, I am glad Raw is going to be moving to 7:00. Did you see the reason why they were doing that move?
No.
So the reason I saw was apparently Raw and Netflix wanted to try something different to compete with the NFL with Monday Night Football.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting here like, you guys really want to try to compete with NFL? Okay. All right, fine. I mean, I don't know if that's an ESPN move either, but like, you know what? Y'all do it. Y'all got it. Y'all want to experiment? Cool, neat. We'll see how it happens. We'll see how it goes. Probably not too well, if I'm being honest, but that also kind of depends how the NFL goes. But all right, well, I think we've rambled on long enough to kind of close out our show here. So yeah, we're gonna just stay tuned, everybody, for this weekend. We're gonna bring out all of our wonderful content as soon as we can and have some good conversations going forward. Because hey, we're back. Regular scheduled programming will be happening. Just stay tuned and all that. But by staying tuned, I'm also going to thank you for listening to Grappling with the Week. Before we head out, as always, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can see all of our handles right there on your screen in the yellow. Animal We Studio, Legend D Vash, Drop This Box, Watkins MW, Weebs of the Ring, and of course the hashtag Weebs of the Ring. Be part of the conversation and to let us know anything and interact with us before, during, and after these shows. And it's also a great way to give us feedback because, hey, we're nothing without you guys tuning in, and we love to improve our game and make ourselves even better than the podcast before us. Weaves of the Ring and Grappling with the Week is presented by Animal We Studio. Thanks to our production team for all of their hard work. Thank you once again for joining us, and a special shout out to you, Stu. You finally got back together with John Cena. You're happy-go-lucky. You're loving your life. You're loving your job. You're loving your family, and you're loving the fans. And we love you too and appreciate you for all the hard work that you put in. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Smack Diggity Down.
You guys.